an individual or part of a group. Student projects explore a topic and its relationships to the year's theme, taking a stand in history. Wow, February 7th. Isn't that your birthday too, Viri?
Yeah, lit.
How old are you turning?
Turn up.
How old
18.
are you? 18, the big 18.
Big old 18.
1-8.
Woo! All right, guys, on to Fort Worth news. A 19-year-old man, Boris Clayton, was arrested on Friday in connection with a shooting death of a young man, Arturo Zavala, in East Fort Worth.
Any more info on that story?
There actually isn't
Oh,
any
man,
here,
sounds
but
very interesting.
wow, that was around here, right?
Mm-hmm. Here on the east side of Fort Worth. A spokesman for former President George H.W. Bush and his wife says both are improving and had a good night as they recover illness at Houston Methodist Hospital. 92-year-old former president is likely to remain in intensive care for a few more days as he gets treatment for breathing difficulties. Their 72-year-old marriage is the longest of any presidential couple in America. 72 years of marriage. Some couples can't even last 6 months.
Yep.
Crazy.
Sure, right. All right. Moving on to U.S. news. A powerful weather system swept up the U.S. East Coast with pounding rain and high winds. At least 18 people in Georgia and Mississippi were killed by tornadoes. New York is expected to have a strong wind storm up to 70 miles per hour and lots of rain. Northern Pennsylvania and northern England are expected to get 6 inches of wet snow, producing dangerously slick roads as well. Why don't we get any snow?
We did.
It's crazy, yeah.
Once in like a whole 2 years.
Oh, well. Moving on to world news. A sea of red Skittles blanketed a rural Wisconsin highway last week, leaving both officials and the candy's manufacturers puzzled. They investigated and found out that the red Skittles were an en route farm. A sheriff's official later confirmed that the candies were going to be used to feed the cattle. Investigations are still being made. That's really weird. I didn't even know cattle ate candy, especially Skittles. It's really weird.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay, guys, let's take a break, and when we get back, we'll have a look at the weather and sports.
Sassy!
This week's episode, Rattlesnake at the Pond.
Oh, Johnny, skipping rocks at the pond sure is fun. Hey, look, a moving stick. That ain't a stick. That's a rattlesnake. Sassy, we're in danger. Good idea, Sassy. Go get Mr. Gunderson. You will in a second, but first you'd like to tell us something we may not know about animal shelters in the United States? It's getting close, Sassy. Approximately 8 million pets enter shelters each year? The majority of which are in shelters because of owner-related issues that the animals have no control over? Sassy the rattlesnake! Save us, Sassy! What, Sassy? You wish you were videotaping this? Sassy!
Sassy is brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org. Remember, adopt.
I'll pick you up after school. Okay, I got it.
It's easy to take a day for granted. You and your family are connected by routine, and you stick to it. But what if a disaster strikes without warning? What if life as you know it has completely turned on its head? What if your day's routine is disrupted, and you can't reach your family? Have you planned for that? Before a disaster turns your family's world upside down, it's up to you to be ready. Get a kit, make a plan, be informed. Today. Learn how at www.ready.gov. Ready.gov. This message brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the Ad Council.
What are you doing?
Filling out a loan application.
I can help you get approved, you know.
Really? How?
With this.
A bag of sand?
It's not a bag, it's a pouch. And it's not sand, it's credit fairy dust.
Credit fairy dust?
Yes, I sprinkle some fairy dust on the application, and your credit rating magically improves.
There's no such thing as the credit fairy.
An unbeliever now. But what will you think when your loan is approved?
I'll think my credit score improved because I paid my bills on time, kept my credit card balances low, and only opened a new card if I really needed it.
It's the dust.
It's sand.
Don't deny the credit fairy.
There's no magic to improving your credit, but there is help, and it's free. Go to creditfairy.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the Consumer Bankers Foundation, the Leadership Conference on Civil Rights Education Fund, and the Ad Council.
Okay, we're back. Let's get newsy.
It's time for Fort Worth Weather Report right here on 102.5 It's time for Fort Worth Weather Report right here on 102.5 KPLY The Parrot.
Today, Monday, January 23rd, the high will be at 66 degrees and the low of 49. Tomorrow, Tuesday, will be the warmest day of the week with a high of 76. The low will be at 45, so be ready for the rest of the week temperatures to decrease again. Wednesday will have a high of 55 and low of 35 with high winds. Although on Thursday and Friday, the temperatures will remain the same, but the winds will cool back down.
It's time for a sports update here at Polytechnic High School on 102.5 KPLY The Parrot.
The Dallas Cowboys are out. So the Green Bay Packers lost to the Atlanta Falcons 44-21 yesterday, where the Falcons punched their way into the Super Bowl. The New England Patriots beat the Steelers 36-17 as well as last night. So that means Patriots versus Falcons 2017 Super Bowl 51. Who do you got, Misa?
I don't know. I go for the Pats, but I also go for the underdogs, the Falcons.
Falcons.
So, but I don't know.
The Cowboys are just at home chilling.
Pats
right
are probably going to win this.
Yep. How about you, Barry? What do you think? Pats or Falcons?
Cowboys.
We them boys.
Okay.
Next season.
Okay, so the Poly Varsity baseball team will be starting their season this Friday. So make sure you get updated on that and when their games are. And also the Poly Varsity soccer team for the boys are playing Grapevine tomorrow at Grapevine High Schools at 7 p.m. Make sure and support and wish those guys some good luck. And that's it for your sports update.
All right, on to entertainment. The Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo are still here until February 4th, so go on to the website and see for more upcoming events. Also, on January 31st from 7 to 10 p.m., the Drumline will be here performing live at Bass Hall.
What?
Be prepared to laugh, sing, dance, and cry because Drumline Live is a high-octane musical roller coaster ride that will hit every emotion in your body. Tickets are still available.
Every emotion in your body. Well, make sure you go out there and watch the drum line. Well, it's been many years since Hurricane Katrina and the floods that caused so much damage in Louisiana. Let's get some background info on the flood for an upcoming story and interview with one of our very own poly educators from Louisiana.
Although the New Orleans city officials had a specific evacuation plan and did alert some people, they were not able to leave the city before the storm hit. The city tried to help by having buses evacuate the people that didn't have cars and were unable to drive out of the city. The day before the storm, there was tons of traffic and the city figured that most of the people on these buses wouldn't be able to get out of the city on time. So they decided to take shelter in New Orleans itself and take those people to shelters after Katrina finished hitting the city. Unfortunately, the plan failed, and as the storm began, loads and loads of people started crowding the shelters and the capacities got too full. As the storm passed, buses were still carrying thousands of more evacuating people, where the original plan was to take the people to shelters, which were now underwater due to the storm. Still, the day after the storm, there was a lot of people still waiting on buses without food, shelter, or electricity. Hundreds of thousands of people were evacuated, but the people left at nursing homes and other care facilities began to die from heat or dehydration. Meanwhile, a lot of people were still left stranded, and it was unknown as to how they died.
Come closest to you are flesh and bone. Do you want to disappear?
All right, guys, great job with the news. Let's take a break, and when we come back, let's see what's up at Polytechnic High School.
Hi, NBA forward Kevin Durant from the Oklahoma City Thunder, here with Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck to remind you to get moving every day.
Because when you get moving an hour a day,
you'll have more energy to do the things you like to do.
And that's a slam dunk.
Whether you like to shoot hoops like me, skateboard, ride a bike,
or dance on your roof,
be a player.
Get up, play, and move it your way.
Head online to get tips on great ways to get moving every day.
Check out how to be a player at letsmove.gov. A message from the Ad Council and HHS.
Kevin, now that you're in 8th grade, let's not talk about alcohol. I won't ask if you've tried alcohol or what you're doing when you sleep over a friend's house. You're too young to even think about stuff like drinking. Right, kiddo?
Real kids are curious about alcohol. 40% try it by the 8th grade. Start a real conversation at underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. That's underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. Talk early, talk often, get others involved. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Okay, now for Poly News. All students must have an ID, student ID, to leave campus during lunch. If you don't have your student ID, you will not be able to leave campus during lunch. So boo-hoo, sorry for you. No leaving campus without a student ID.
All right, it's competition time for fellow FBLA members. If you want to be a part of the San Antonio experience this March, make sure you practice and test. For more information, visit room 411.
Avid fundraiser, faculty and staff lunch. On Wednesday, February 1st, 2017, there would be loaded. Forget about that. Moving on to, let's see. We're going to recognize some students to their college acceptance letters. We have Cheyenne Bonwell to Philander Smith College, Marilyn Valles, University of Texas in Arlington. Victoria Mata, Texas Women's University. Victor Mogado, Texas Wesleyan. Destiny McGinnis, Texas Southern University. Shibriana Goss, Tyler Junior College. Natasha Jones, Texas Southern University. Charcarvia Williams, J. Williams, Navarro College. Nayeli Chavez, University of Texas at Arlington. And Kennedy Hall, Viterbo University. Congratulations, and remember, seniors, bring your college acceptance letters to the Go Center. Also, the Go Center is planning to visit these colleges: Texas Wesleyan University, University of Texas at Arlington, Midwestern State University. If you're interested in attending, please stop the Go Center. By the Go Center. Okay.
All right, guys. Our club is moved to Thursday after school in Miss Underdown's room 502B until 5. Come help us paint murals, create art, hang out, learn ceramics, and fine-tune your artistic abilities. Help spread the love of art through our campus. Fort Worth Police Department is having a Teen Academy. This is a program to introduce a life of public service with an emphasis in law enforcement. This is a look at how law enforcement work from the inside. Anyone who is interested, meet with your officer Snyder and ask for more details and for an application. Anyone who has already received an application, remember it needs to be turned into Officer Snyder before Wednesday, January 25th at noon. It's 2 days from now, so make sure you get that application in.
All right, guys, we're all out of time here at Poly and the Power Radio News. See you guys next time.